Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 5 of the Daniel Garza podcast. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about You're the Main Character. The reason I wanted to talk about this was because I think it's time for us to embrace that we're the main characters in our life. I feel like for myself, right now in my life, I feel like I'm in my Rocky montage moment where, Rocky's, getting ready for the big fight and he's, going through all these exercises and workouts and he's pushing himself to get to that next or to get to that final evolution right before the fight. I feel like that's where I'm at in my life right now, going into this new journey of life. And yeah, so in today's episode, we're just going to be talking about how our life could be compared to like a movie or a video game and how we're in control of the decisions that we make. How we can change our life if we have a different perspective. I saw this interesting short a while back. It's with Gary Vee. If you know him, you're familiar with his work. He's another uh, big time entrepreneur. But some lady had came up to him and was like, someday I'm gonna be somebody. And she told him like that. And he said, you're not somebody, you're not gonna be somebody someday. You're somebody today. You're somebody right now. And when I saw that, I was like, man, that's powerful. The lady's thinking like, oh, I'm gonna make it someday. I'm gonna be somebody. And it's like, no, like we each have our own story. We're each our own individual. We're each unique in our own ways. That's powerful in itself. We are the main character. We're the main character in our story, and it's like The Rock says, it's one day or day one. So yeah, I mean, it's just I think it's time that we recognize our potential and recognize our value. We're not less than anybody. We're not beneath anybody. We don't need to compare ourselves to anybody. We're each in our own journey in our own stage in life, and that's fine. That's great. Some people might be at rock bottom, and guess what? When you're at rock bottom, there's only one way to go, and that's up. Found a really interesting Bible verse in Galatians 6, um, verse 4 to 5. And it says, each one should test their own actions. They can take pride in themselves alone without comparing themselves to someone else, for each one should carry their own load. And like I said, we're each on our own journey. We each have our own path that we're walking. We're each unique. We're not chasing somebody else. We're not trying to be exactly like somebody else. We're not meant to be like anybody else. We're meant to be our own person and have our own goals and achieve our own achievements. Now, with that being said, for me, I like to picture myself like my life as a movie. And like I said, I feel like I'm in that Rocky montage moment where, I'm grinding, I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to, get to that next level. I'm trying to like in Dragon Ball Z, I'm trying to, go Super Saiyan almost or whatever. But, if you think of your life as a movie, you know, maybe think about it like, would you watch it up to this point? Have you kind of just been going through life day by day, not really trying to achieve anything? We can do so much. We can do so much. We just gotta kick that gear in, get out of first gear, get out of cruise control. Let's punch down that accelerator. Let's shoot for the stars and let's be great. When it comes to my life, I like to think of my life like a video game almost. So if I was designing my own character, how would I create my character? Would I create him exactly the way I am? I'd probably give him some bigger muscles, six pack, great shape. Think of it like that. Think of your life as a video game too. Like, how would you create your character? Would you want him to be, would you want him to be exactly like yourself, or would you want him to be better? And we can strive to be that video game character that we want to be so badly. We can put in the work and we can get to that point. Have your own Rocky montage moment and put in the work and get that career you want, get that body that you've been striving for. Just level up. Don't forget, in a video game, we always start at level 1. We don't start at level 50 because then the game will be too easy. We start at level 1 and we work our way to level 100 or whatever the max may be. So, like The Rock says, one day or day one, we each start at level 1 and that's completely fine. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna level up each and every day, and we're gonna shoot to get to level 100. We might not ever reach it, because there's so many things in life that that we can achieve. It's almost almost impossible, but it's not about achieving everything. It's about achieving your goals, striving for a better life for yourself, putting yourself in a position to be great, to be to be unstoppable, to be the best character in the game. You just make the game that much more easier when you level up. When we think of main characters, I like to think of Spider-Man or Batman. They each they each have their own gifts. Yes, Batman's very wealthy. Spider-Man, he's been gifted these superpowers, but it's not, the things that they're gifted, it's how they use their gifts. Spider-Man could have easily used his powers and taken over the world or, caused mayhem. Batman, like I said, yeah, he's rich, or Bruce Wayne's rich or whatever. But he didn't use his riches for evil. He used it for good. He used it to help and to protect. Same with Spider-Man. And they each have their own trials. Um, Uncle Ben, Gwen Stacy, and the second Spider-Man. But they each have their trials. They each have their losses, but they never strayed away from who they are. That's what we got to do. We got to face these trials head on and overcome them for the good, for the better. We can strive to be the superhero in our own life. We may not have superpowers, but we're heroes in our own life. We're somebody's hero. Somebody can look up to us. It's like the saying in Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. And it's so true. When you're gifted these gifts, these when you achieve your goals, when you become super successful in your field and you're making all this money, don't forget where you came from. Don't lose yourself in these achievements that you've made. Use it for the good. Use it for the better. You've worked so hard to get to this point. Now go and help somebody else get to that point. Go and help somebody else level up. Be the inspiration for them. Be their superhero. Another Bible verse I found is Romans 12, 6 through 8, which says, "We have different gifts according to the grace given to each of us." We're each unique. We each have a story. We each have traits that somebody else doesn't have. Sure, maybe somebody could work better than you or work faster than you or think maybe just a little bit quicker than you. But that's not where maybe that's not where you shine. Maybe you shine somewhere else. Maybe you're really good with, hands-on stuff. You know, maybe you learn better hands-on, or maybe you learn differently than somebody else, but you can still learn and improve and level up and be the best version of yourself. Think of the people you look up to. If you watch any of their stories, they had their own trials, their own tribulations, their own setbacks. A lot of them, a lot of them, put it all on the line. They could have went broke and called it quits at a certain point, but they believed in themselves so much that they kept on going, and with just a little bit of luck or a little bit of heart, you know, a little bit of luck and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and they made it. They made it to that position they're at, and they're still striving every single day to be successful, to be great in their field, to be better. If they weren't trying to be better every day, they wouldn't be successful. They wouldn't be where they're at in their field. You wouldn't even know who they are. Or you'd probably be like, what happened to that person? So, guys, start your movie from today. Your movie starts today from here on out. Don't wait for tomorrow. Let it start today. Learn something. Go and be great at something. You're not going to get it all at once, but get into your Rocky montage scene. Remember, in video games, we all start at level 1, but we shoot and we aim to be the best character in that game so we can be unstoppable. And don't forget, God's watching your awesome movie too, and he's waiting for that moment where you say, you know what, I'm giving it my all. I'm going all in. I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna be better than I've been up to this point. So with that, guys, I'm gonna end with a prayer like I always do. Lord God, thank you for another great episode. Thank you for wisdom. Thank you for the insight. And I pray that this video touches somebody, let them know that they are the main character in their own life. They're not they're not just a side character. They are the main character, and they can be great and they can do great things. And I pray that this touches somebody. I pray for more wisdom in my next upcoming videos, and thank you for all that you've done for me so far and up to this point, and thank you for everything you're gonna do in the future. Thank you for thank you for a voice, thank you for a platform, and thank you for everything, God. Amen. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been episode 5. Like I said, of the Daniel Garza podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe and be the solution, change the outcome, and conquer everything, guys. Thank you very much. Episode 5, and we are out.